National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see who can claim Big Apple bragging rights. It's the New York Jets and the New York Giants on Sunday Night Primetime.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New York Jets and their inner-city rivals, the New York Giants. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
It's the battle for New York, or New Jersey for that matter. The Giants and Jets are underway. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and, of course, take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
Jones looking to throw right away. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing Jones. Got a man. That's Richie James. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A little football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback who played his college ball at Western Kentucky. He was a hilltopper. It's Mike White.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. White looks to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they have that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their 1st drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change?
There he goes, right side. He's at the 50, 30, 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone. Do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football.
Be safe.
Be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that 1st drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the 1st drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. Still in the 1st quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of another squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. Now offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
Fields it right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back. To go for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Flacco. Open man here is Conklin. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. Give them 11 on the gain there. That's good for a Jets 1st down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now it's Flacco. And he'll find Hall. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now Flacco. And check down, complete to Hall. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw, flushed out right. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Line to the left, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Looked like he might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash, because you got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones escaping the pressure right, and that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8. On the scramble there, it's 2nd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Throwing again on 2nd down. Flacco, throw left side, complete. That's more. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing here on first down, Flacco. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Flacco, a veteran in these situations, hurrying his guys up. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. Flacco. Uncorks one for Davis. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. James now to return. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And here comes Berrios. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Flacco off play action. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. Operating off mission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead. Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, they were setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued. Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here at Madden. Getting through the break at record pace and right back to football. 3rd quarter, here we go. And we welcome you back. Charles Davis on Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this 2nd half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Fights through him. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a handoff up the middle. Knight, and he is going to have a Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Flacco from midfield. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. That pass complete to Moore. A solid stiff arm. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Knight, and he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Flacco. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Flacco. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Flacco looks to throw. On the slant, he's got Davis. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
He finds his man complete. It's Hall. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Back to the ground with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Brees Hall, an 8-yard touchdown. And the Jets are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The New York set to take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? He finds his man complete. It's Hall. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. On second down, it's Knight. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Another try after the first down sack. Flacco. Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Flacco's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time.
Is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Flacco. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a third down and goal. Here's Flacco. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on the play of the game now. 4th and goal. They'll try to run with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his second touchdown of the night. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Giants. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Berrios. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime that ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. Gotta feel good now. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Flacco set to lead this offense. Down 21-14, 40 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Flacco. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. And this is caught. He hits more. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Flacco. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. They begin with a run by Barkley. And not a whole lot there. Maybe 3 yards on 1st down. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the first crack here in overtime goes to the New York Giants as we are back underway. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead, but ultimately right now. Oh, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at on the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football and probably 3rd down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
First OT toss coming for Joe Flacco. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They'll run with Hall. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, The fans streaming out unhappy, but the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they